All right, so we're going to jump right in today, and we're going to deep dive into Super Bowl LVN.
Okay.
And not so much the game itself, but the emotional side of things.
Yeah.
Specifically for Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Now, we all saw the game, right? I mean, it was a tough one for the Chiefs.
Oh, absolutely. A real blowout.
Yeah. And in those moments, you see the players and you think, like, what's going through their minds,
Yeah, you can only imagine the pressure.
And there's this one quote from Mahomes after the game that just really struck me as just so powerful and kind of revealing.
Really? What was that?
So this is from a Sky Sports interview he did right after.
Okay.
And he described the feeling of losing as the worst thing in the world.
Oh, yeah. That's...
Like, it's just so raw.
Yeah, it is.
So I want to kind of unpack that a little bit. Like, what is it about this loss
Yeah.
that makes him feel that way?
Well, I mean, think about it for a sec. This is the Super Bowl, right? It's like the culmination of a whole season of work.
Exactly.
Blood, sweat, tears, all of it, and then millions of people are watching you.
Oh, yeah. Talk about pressure.
It's immense. And, with Mahomes especially, he's not just happy to be there.
Yeah, he's got that drive.
Oh, he's got that fire in him, He's all about winning. And you see that in his work ethic. You see it in all those come-from-behind victories he's pulled off.
Oh, like that AFC Championship game against the Bengals. I mean, that was insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for someone like him who thrives on winning a loss like this where they were just outplayed,
Yeah.
it must be a huge blow to his ego.
So you're saying it's more than just the loss itself. It's like tied into his whole identity.
Exactly. It's that drive to win, that relentless pursuit of victory. It's a big part of who he is.
It's fascinating, though, isn't it? Like that same drive that pushes him to be so great is also the thing that makes these setbacks so painful.
Right. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. And that brings us to this question of resilience. Like how does someone like Mahomes bounce back from something like this? Because, they always do.
They do. It's not about just brushing it off, though. There's a process, a way to channel those emotions.
I imagine there's a lot of introspection, like what went wrong.
Absolutely. It's about learning from the experience, analyzing what happened,
Yeah.
and then using that to get better,
So it's like turning that negative energy into fuel for the future.
Exactly. And, top athletes like Mahomes, they have whole teams supporting them.
Oh, yeah. Coaches, trainers.
Psychologists,
Yeah.
even
Wow.
helping them through these challenges and building that resilience.
It's really amazing when you think about it.
It is.
Like this one quote, the worst thing in the world. It gives us this little peek into the mind of a top athlete.
Right.
We see the dedication, the disappointment.
And the potential for growth.
Exactly. And I think it's a good reminder that, even these superstars,
Yeah.
they experience the same emotions we do.
They do. And most of us will never play in a Super Bowl.
Thank goodness.
But we all face setbacks, right? Challenges in our own lives.
Absolutely.
So think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
How do you deal with disappointment? How do you overcome those obstacles? Those are the same questions that Mahomes is dealing with right now.
Yeah, it's such a good point. It
Yeah.
really brings it home. These are universal experiences. We all go through them.
We do.
Whether it's on the football field or just in our everyday lives, we all have our mountains to climb.
That's a great way to put it.
And maybe that's the takeaway here.
Yeah.
It's not about avoiding the falls. It's about how we get back up.
That's what defines us.
Yeah, and that's something I think we can all learn from.
Absolutely.
So there you have it, folks.
Another deep dive.
Until next time, keep on climbing.
And remember, resilience is key.